I was a ranger, a senior ranger in Kruger National Park. They hired me because they believed I could protect the bush. Before that, I served in the South African National Defense Force. I spent years in peacekeeping missions across Africa, including deployment during the Second Congo War, and later operations in Burundi. When I joined the park, the silence of the bush felt like the peace I had been looking for. But I was wrong. The real war was still waiting for me there. In 1994, the calm inside Kruger National Park started to change. Poachers were moving across the borders again. Some came in small groups, others came organized, carrying rifles and moving like soldiers. Rangers began finding rhinos with their horns hacked out. Patrols were increased. Soon, it wasn't just tracking animals anymore. We were tracking men. And sometimes, those men were hunting us too. One afternoon, during a patrol in the northern sector of the Kruger National Park, we picked up the smell fest. Death carried far in the bush. We found a rhino dead. Its horn was gone. The rhino had already begun to rot under the sun.
Yes, this bastards are not gonna stop. Yeah, we need to stop.
But it wasn't the only one lying there. A lioness had died beside it, poisoned.
Hey, let's keep going, guys. Let's go ahead.
The poachers had laced the carcass to keep scavengers away. The other rangers moved on to track the man responsible. But something kept me there. Then I had it. A small sound in the grass. A whimper. I pushed through the bush and found him curled beneath a thorn bush. A lion cub, barely a few weeks old, staring straight at me. That was the first time I saw Da'u. The cub was taken in, following a procedure. When rangers find an orphan predator in Kruger National Park, the animal is monitored and cared for until it is strong enough to survive on its own. I volunteered to take responsibility for the cub. At first, he could barely stand. I fed him milk, kept him warm through the cold nights, and watched him grow stronger with each passing week. He learned quickly. Soon, the small whimper turned into low growls. Then came the playful swipes of his paws. Even as a cub, you could see the power he could one day carry. After a few months, the time came to release him. We took him far from the ranger station and opened the crate at the edge of the bush. The cub stepped out slowly, sniffed the air, and disappeared into the tall grass. Authorities have confirmed a rise in rhino poaching inside Kruger National Park, where more than 20 elephants have been killed since March. The park forms part of the Great Limpopo Transfrontier Park, which links protected areas across South Africa, Mozambique, and Zimbabwe. Officials believe organized poaching syndicates may be crossing into the northern Kruger National Park. Joint ranger and military patrols have been deployed as search operations resume this morning. It's been 6 years since I retired from being a ranger at Kruger National Park. The poaching activities were on the rise again. In my time as a ranger, we would never find abandoned camps. Poachers always made sure they cover their tracks. This was a little bit strange. Authorities investigating recent poaching activities in the northern sector of Kruger National Park have confirmed the discovery of 2 suspected poachers killed in what officials believe was a lion attack. Park authorities says the men were found near a non-rhino territory earlier this week. Rangers reported signs of a large male lion in the area. Officials from South African National Park says investigations are ongoing and patrols across the northern regions have been intensified. Hello? Ngala, my old friend. How have you been? John, it's good to hear from you. Likewise, my friend. Hey, Ngala, we're heavily under attack. You know, the Rangers can hardly keep up with the recent surge of the poaching activities. I know I'm disturbing your peace right now, but man, I cannot think of the best person to help me end this. I need your help, brother. John, the park has always been home to me. What I see on the news breaks my heart, you know? Hey, tell me about the suspected lion attacks. The lion? The lion is by far doing a pretty good job. But we cannot rely on it, Ngala. We are also not safe, you know? At this point, we don't fully know anything about the lion. It is operating like a ghost, untraceable. Do you think it's Tao? The cub you saved? I don't know. The park has many lions, Ngala. Could be any. I hope John would say it is Tao that's doing the killing. A part of me so badly wanted to see my old friend. So I took John's offer. This old ranger was going to fight a war once more. I arrived at the national park. I found John and a team of 4 men waiting for me.
Ngala, welcome.
Already heavily armed.
It's nice to meet you, sir.
The mission was to scan the northern border.
Mr. Ngala.
We took off at noon, and my team was determined as I was. We searched for tracks until we found a lead. Like the predator of the bush, we watched from a distance. Through the tall grass, we could see them. A group of men unloading wooden crates from the back of the truck. Rifles, ammunition, tools for killing. I raised my hand. The team froze. Then 2 fingers spread formation. We moved forward slowly. No sudden movement. No noise, just patience. I settled into the ground and brought the rifle to my shoulder. Through the scope, the camp sharpened into view. Men talking, laughing, unaware. I scanned the parameters until I found him. A guard standing apart from the others on the far right, watching the trees, but not the grass beneath him. I focused the sniper just behind his ear. He was down before the others even turned their heads. 2 2 more guards on the far side of the camp. I adjusted the aim, steady and deliberate. 2 quick shots. 2 bodies dropped into the dust. I lifted my hand again and gave the signal. Now we move in, quietly. We were still moving in through the grass when it happened. A springbok burst from the bush.
Shit.
It leaped over us in a blare of muscle and dust. For a second, the world froze.
Hey, fire.
Then, the camp erupted. We were exposed.
Quick, take cover!
We sprang to our feet and scattered behind the trees as the first shots cracked through the bush. Bullets tore through the branches above us. My team fired back. One of my rangers leaned out from behind a tree and dropped 2 poachers before they could take aim. Another one fired from below the grass, forcing the rest of the poachers to break formation.
Fall back!
They began pulling back deeper into the bush. My team and I pushed forward.
Come on, let's move! Stay alert, stay alert!
We advanced from tree to tree, firing and moving, closing the distance while they retreated. Then, everything changed. One of my men stepped out from cover for a second too long. A bullet cracked. The bullet tore through his neck. He collapsed without a sound.
Man down!
Another ranger rushed toward him, trying to pull him back behind the tree. Another shot from the poacher. The bullet struck him on the head.
Shit, Jacob!
He also dropped dead. I could feel the fight slipping away from us. I stepped out from the trunk and raised my rifle. 3 quick shots. 3 poachers fell as they ran. The rest scattered into the trees. 3 of us gave chase. Gunfire answered from somewhere ahead. 2 sharp cracks. Both of my rangers dropped behind me. Then the 3rd shot came. It struck my shoulder and spun me to the ground. Then the forest fell quiet again. I tried to reach for my rifle. Then Boots approached through the leaves. 3 poachers stepped out from the trees, their rifles already aimed.
You've cost us a lot of money. Time to say goodbye. Except to Sammy.
The barrel settled on my chest. For a moment, the bush was completely still. Then, something moved in the grass behind them. The nearest poacher turned.
Hey, what's that?
Too late. The grass exploded. Something jumped from the bush with a roar so deep it seemed to shake the trees. It slammed into the first man with the force of a charging buffalo. The rifle flew from his hand, and his body crashed to the ground.
What the fuck?
Claws flashed, jaws closed. The man's scream ended in a choking gasp. The other 2 poachers staggered back, rifles jacking upward in panic. They fired, but the beast was already gone from where it had landed. It reached the second man. A huge paw struck him across the chest. The impact lifted him clear off the ground. He flew backward and smashed against the tree trunk with a sickening crack before collapsing into the dirt. The third man turned and ran. 2 powerful bounds closed the distance. The beast struck him from behind and dragged him to the ground. Slowly, the creature lifted its head. Only then did I realize what I was looking at. A lion. A huge male lion.